Hey there, welcome to my video. In this video, you will learn the 5 best ways to lose your belly fat, quickly and naturally. One of the biggest questions I get is, how do I lose my belly fat? I've tried several things but nothing worked. I think in my experience if you can't lose your belly fat, you're using the wrong approach. You don't need endless sit-ups, supplements, starving yourself or worse surgery. Here I am going to explain to you the 5 best ways to lose your belly fat, quickly and naturally. The conventional advice would be to start eating better and start doing gym hard. While this is sound advice and is definitely the best way to see results the fastest, but it's not the only way, and I am sure you know this stats before many times. If you continue to watch this video, I hope you do, you will learn some tips to lose belly fat, without the need for exercise. Way number 1, cut back on sugar. This may be harder for some of us to do than others, but you need to. You see, sugar tastes nice in coffee, on desserts, pretty much on whatever you're supposed to be not eating, right? The matter is, sugar, in whatever form it comes in, is full of empty calories. That means once you had your sugar fix, you aren't really full. And if you are, it doesn't last very long. If you remove or even limit the amount of added sugar you have each day, it will be one of the best ways to lose belly fat. Way number 2, protein. You may, or may not know, but protein can help you lose weight. And if there is fat to come of the stomach area, you can pretty much bet it will come off. But how? Well, predominantly due to 2 different reasons. The first reason is because of something called TEF. Now, for those of you unfamiliar, TEF stands for the thermic effect of food. In short, this is a fancy name for the amount of energy your body needs to use to burn food. So it means, protein has a 30% higher TEF rate than carbs. How that work? You will use 30% more energy to break down and process a meal that has protein. The more energy you use, over time, this will eventually lead to weight loss. The second, protein is one of the best ways to curb hunger because of the effect it has on appetite, especially after a meal. Protein keeps you fuller for longer. Think it goes without saying, that over time if you eat less because you're full, you lose weight. Coffee. But how does coffee help you lose belly fat? Well, much like protein, coffee has 2 different ways in which it helps you. It can ramp up your metabolism first thing in the morning. Actually, thinking about it, it can do this pretty much every time you have a cup of coffee. Coffee burns fat. This helps you lose belly fat because this spike in metabolism means you use more energy at that particular time of day. Over time, these short spikes in metabolism result in fat loss. This second point, not everyone is aware of. It turns out that coffee makes you discharge a lot. Coffee blunts your appetite. So, think about that for a moment. A few cups of coffee in the morning, maybe another later in the day, could help you eat less throughout the day. Don't know about you, but that sounds pretty good when it comes to losing weight, right? Carb cycling. How to start carb cycling. It sounds a bit complicated, but trust me, it's not. The easiest way to get started with this is to eat starchy carbs for a set period of time. Then, once this time is up, only eat low GI carbs for the same amount of time. This is not the only way of losing weight, and it's certainly not a secret, but it does work. It works because, by default, you will end up eating less during the time you eat starchy carbs, and also, the reduction in carbs will allow for your glycogen stores to have less pressure on them to absorb the carbs you are eating. This can get a lot more complex, especially as you see a stall in weight loss. But for now, if you are just starting out and have weight to come off the stomach, carb cycling will certainly help with this. There you have all the 5 ways to lose belly fat without any exercise. Now if you want this faster and easy way, here is my recommendation. But before I tell you what it is, and let me show you some proof. Here you see a 55-year-old guy lose 9 pounds of deadly belly fat in just 3 days, and another 30 pounds a month later without surgery or dangerous drugs, and leaving doctors back home both stunned and amazed. Dan's 48-year-old wife followed the exact same, and she lost 7 pounds of stubborn belly fat in 3 days. There are more. Rachel from Dallas. Tim from New York. And you know, most exciting things, you don't have to do all this. Now please click the links in the description for your free video where you can learn how can do it too. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe our channel.